Welcome to One-on-One. I'm Steve Adubato. We're coming to you from the Agnes Varis NJ TV studio here in beautiful Brick City, Newark, New Jersey. It's our honor to welcome Bill Rauch, who is Artistic Director, the Ronald Perelman Performing Arts Center, under construction at the World Trade Center. Good to see you, Bill.
It's great to be here.
Describe, it's called the Perelman.
The Perelman.
Make it come alive as we, by the way, looks like September of 2021 it should be opening.
The 20th anniversary of 9/11, we're going to have some kind of presence there, and the building will be fully open and operational in the months after that.
We're showing some renditions. Talk about it.
It's an extraordinary feat, what's going on right now. The building is under construction, and it will be a multidisciplinary performing arts center. Music, dance, chamber opera, and theater. And it will give hope and bring life to that sacred ground of the World Trade Center.
You know, it's interesting, that location.
Yeah.
Significant for a lot of reasons. Mm-hmm. You know, 20th anniversary, significant for a lot of reasons.
Absolutely.
What could it do for the lower Manhattan community? What could it really do?
Well, the lower Manhattan community has transformed so much in these 18 years.
Sure has.
It's quite remarkable, and I'm living down there now.
Oh, you are?
As part of my new job. I really wanted to be a neighborhood artistic director.
By the way, we should clarify, you're also born and raised in beautiful Red Bank, New Jersey.
Thank you very much. You bet. I'm a proud
And then went out
Jersey
to
boy.
the West.
27 years on the West Coast, and have now come back home, back east. Yes. The Perelman really is in the business of bringing people together and creating hope. We are going to do performing arts that will bring international artists, domestic artists, people who have been artists their whole lives, and community members who may be first-time artists. So the building is going to be bursting with life. And I just can't wait for all the kind of projects that we're going to do.
You know, Ronald Perelman, the name, people may think, I kind of know that name. Tell folks.
Ronald is our naming donor, and he very generously gave a significant gift.
What's like $200-300?
A little more, little more than that.
Go ahead.
But he gave a very generous naming gift, and we're still fundraising, but the fundraising is going well. It costs a lot of money to build a building on the World Trade Center.
Sorry for interrupting, but we are involved in the arts on the media side, but we're also raising money in public broadcasting, as we know. You're involved in fundraising?
I don't think you can be part of the nonprofit world and not be a fundraiser. That's part of the gig. Absolutely. And here, okay, let me tell you my little secret.
You're going to tell me a fundraising secret because I'm going to write it down.
No, my secret is that I actually enjoy talking to people to raise money because it's about connecting people with their passion for what you're trying to do. And that's a joy, right? To talk to people about why you're doing what you do, how you believe in it. That's fun, actually.
I agree. I agree. And that is what we've been doing for a long time here because we believe in public broadcasting.
That's right.
Talk about your background. When did you know you loved being involved in the arts?
Well, as a kid in New Jersey, and I also grew up in Connecticut in part, I loved theater from an early age. I wanted to be an actor. I would go into New York and see as much theater as I could, do as many plays in school. When I got to college, I directed my first full-length play and realized, oh, I'm a director. I'm a terrible actor. I should never act again.
Wait a minute. How did you, seriously, how did you know you were terrible? Because you've directed on Broadway.
I could just, yeah. In fact, we just opened a show last night, The Great Society. About
The Great Society?
LBJ's.
With Brian Cox?
With Brian Cox. We opened it last night.
Is that part of the trilogy?
It's part of a two-play series. All the Way we did with Bryan Cranston 5 years ago.
Is he good? I'm joking. I'm sorry.
He's got a little talent. Both of these Bryans.
Yes, exactly.
A little bit of talent.
So I'm sorry, I cut you off. So tell folks what this is about.
So I became a director. I directed a ton of shows as a student. I co-founded a theater company that worked with low-income people in rural and urban communities across the United States.
Was that when you were at Harvard?
Coming out of Harvard, I co-founded this theater company with a lot of my friends, and we worked in isolated rural towns all over the country, and then urban neighborhoods, putting plays on with first-time artists all over the country. And then I moved to Southern Oregon, where I had the great privilege of running the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, the country's largest rotating repertory theater in rural Southern Oregon.
Wow.
And did that for the past 12 years.
Do you mind moving around as much?
No, I think it's a big adventure. And my family and I are now settled in New York, as I said, and excited to be there.
You know, as I think about this, when I listen to you, in a lot of ways, Bill, your passion for the arts, not just the artistic side of the arts, but also, you said, the fundraising piece. But in all seriousness, when you talked about working with young people, children, who very rarely get an opportunity to be exposed to the arts, impact on the community, the connection between the arts and revitalizing a community, but also enriching a community, I don't want to be overly philosophical, seems very real for you.
It's a deep passion, because I believe that we make meaning through story, and performing arts give us the chance to try to make meaning of our lives. What's happened before, what's happening now, what could happen in the future. So
when people say things like, oh, well, the arts, I mean, it's nice, but come on, you don't buy that. Is it now more than ever with our polarized political dialogue, with the fact that we don't seem to be able to talk to each other as easily as maybe we used to? Maybe I'm being overly idealistic. Art's more important than ever?
I have seen for decades now the arts bring people together who would never come together otherwise. People finding common ground through a play, through a piece of music, through a dance, coming together across vast differences and connecting. There's nothing like it.
And that's what the Perelman could and should do.
That is what the Perelman will do.
Listen, make sure that you join us again. We have a studio, speaking of names and naming rights, the Tisch, WNET studio across the river is where we tape one-on-one. And the Tisch family gave generously there. I want to make sure that you join us over there at the appropriate time as you lead into the opening of the Perelman in September, the 20th anniversary of 9/11, 2021. Please join us.
I would love to do that.
Thank you.
It's such a pleasure to talk to you today.
Same here.
Yeah.
This is One-on-One. I'm Steve Adubato. We'll be right back.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by Hackensack Meridian Health, the New Jersey Education Association, PSC&G, the Russell Berry Foundation, the Northward Center, United Airlines, TD Bank, the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, and by Adler Aphasia Center. Promotional support provided by NJ.com and by Tap Into TV. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.